Hi, my name is Janie McGee, and I just wanted to just add a little history to this drawing I'm working on. For the last 45 years, I have been documenting Black history through my artwork and through, of course, self-published books. I think we've got about 23 out there right now, along with prayer books. But one of the things that fascinated me, and not like in a good way, but in a bad way, was just the 400 years of history from 1619 to 19, and in that history, the inclusiveness of the chain gangs, which African American men, women, and children were put on. Back in 1876, when the Jim Crow laws were pretty much put in place, if an you know, African American was found of any kind of fraction, they were put on the chain gangs. And for other fractions, sometimes released from jail, and their whole family would have to be forced to sharecrop on the land till the debt was paid off. And sometimes that debt was never paid off. Some of the youngest that I researched were, 7, 8, 9 year old little boys who were put on the chain gang, and just horrible conditions and death and destruction, and just like you've never seen before. And so, still yet here we are in America, 400 years later, and we still have a high incarceration rate. We still have what I call Jim Crow laws. I pegged that word almost 15, 20 years ago when I started researching this, how we moved from Jim Crow to his cousin James Crow, where even though the institutionalized racism has been more sophisticated, it still exists and it still damages and hurt our people, and the system is still injustice and unfair for people of color and black specifically, the way the system is set up. So this piece is for African American women, which I hope to expand. It's part of my series Church Ladies, but I wanted to put something in there a little bit more dramatic. Of African American women who have been incarcerated and locked up and put in chain gangs, and still to this day are just in a system that is unjust and unfair and corrupt. And so this little painting here hopefully will nowhere near explain all the history we've gone through, but it's just my small insight into the need for freedom inside and out, the need for healing, the need for justice, the need for injustice to be dealt with, and for us to really no longer, by America's restrictions, constantly be put into, from slavery up to now, being put in chains. This is Janie McGee with CJaneDream.com. Have a great day.